How's the frame? How's the frame? I think it's okay today. I just, like this, I'm going to add more to I'm going to add more to the background, like more posters and things, but right now it looks kind of lopsided, but it's a process. It's going to be a process, okay? All right. All right. My name is Cassandra and welcome to my temple. I am making 100 videos before I turn 30 and also just making content about how weird this time is because it is a time of transition, redefining yourself, having a different perspective on society, on culture. Before you turn 30, you think it's so far away. You feel so bad for the people who are turning 30. You're like, haha, you're 30, I'm still young. And it's like, okay, yes, hopefully I can give you a little bit of insight, a little bit of advice. When you're turning 30, you start looking for some level of respect. Respect in this culture, in this society, has a different set of values from mine, has a different set of rules, laws that I don't want to live by. Did y'all see that light change? Anyway, I just don't want to be a part of it. Now what? So you're an artist, right? You're an artist because it's the only fucking thing you can do. You have all these thoughts, you have all these ideas, and you want respect. You want some respect. This is one of the reasons why I stopped using my body for attention. Whether it's right or wrong, I feel like using my body as a way to get more attention is cheap. It's definitely a way to play the game, but I really want to just be very good at making YouTube videos. And of course, like, I love beauty. I'm an artist. I love to express that beauty. A part of me just doesn't want to play that game. Maybe I should want to play it, but I just don't. Really. I want my ideas to seed an alignment of liberation and freedom for people. Marketing myself as my body is not liberation, doesn't feel like liberation. It feels like, okay, I have to do this. And yes, this is out of integrity for me, but it's for the greater good of disseminating my ideas wider and further because this gets more views. And being in this position of privilege, and I think about this all the time, being biracial, being at all of these intersections of privilege and not privilege, I've realized that the privilege that I receive from the white world doesn't feel good. There is a story that I read I have the book up there, Women Who Run with the Wolves, and basically it's a story about this girl, and she made herself a pair of red shoes, and she made it with her own materials. She made it by hand. Then some old lady comes along and says, I want to adopt you, and I will give you the finest pair of red shoes that you've ever seen. She wanted those red shoes so badly. I'm probably fucking this up, but this is a story as I remember it. I will give you the finest pair of red shoes. And she went into the store and she knew that those red shoes were so expensive. And this old woman who adopts her gives her those red shoes and she starts dancing. I'm definitely missing a lot of stuff here. But anyway, the shoes make her dance and she can't stop dancing. She can't stop dancing. She eventually dances herself to death because she couldn't take the shoes off. And she dances herself to death. Anyway, the moral of the story was she should have stuck with the pair of shoes that she made by hand because those had meaning. Those were her shoes that she created with her hands. There is a spiritual lesson in here. There is a deep, deep lesson in here that not every gift is good for you. Privilege is not always good for you to lean into. People who lean on their privilege their whole lives end up feeling unfulfilled because they don't know what their actual potential is because they didn't create anything from themselves. They leaned on their privilege, and their privilege carried them down this path, danced them down this path to death. because there are certain rules that you have to play by in order to keep the privilege, in order to keep those red shoes. That's why you can't take the red shoes off once you get them. It forces you to dance this particular lifestyle. I'm not trying to be a black capitalist. As much as I love Tabitha Brown, I saw a comment that she made that was a little disturbing to me. Someone compared her company to some billion-dollar company, and she said, "Ooh, God, I thank you for this comparison because that company was a multi-billion-dollar company." I'm like, Auntie Tab, why do you want to be a billionaire? I honestly felt so disappointed. God has given you what you wanted, right? Which is no more worry about money. But now, as an elder, what is being asked of you? Is it to have more money at this point? Because this system might have worked out for you, but there are so many of us who this system will never, ever, ever work for. And Tabitha Brown is an exception. She is an exception to the rule. There are so many black women out there who have just as much, if not more, love to give to the world, who will never receive what she has received. We need people to reject this system. I reject the system as it is. I have to. We don't want this system. What is actually good for the people? Once we actually receive the money that we're seeking, then what? What do we do with it? It's not over. It's not like you made it. Okay, we made it. We made it. We're rich. We made it. That's not the point. That's not the point. That's not it. Your story's not over. You know what I mean? And I feel like money and fame really bring out who a person is. Oh, I never really finished talking about like why I cut my hair and the difference in how I feel in society now that my hair is shorter, now that I cover up a lot more, show a lot less skin on social media and in real life. Like sometimes I'll dress up, but definitely more rarely than I did when I was living in LA. Honestly, I feel like it helps me to focus. It helps me to focus on what I really want to build and what I really want to be good at, rather than how am I going to capture more attention. I think, how am I going to express my ideas more clearly? I'm just focused on a different thing now. I have different goals. I have different motivations. I have my body's privilege. I have my light skin privilege no matter what. I don't want to depend on it for my success. I don't want to use it, promote it, give a shade to it when the core of my ideals is the rejection of that bullshit. You know what I mean? Because it's bullshit. It's actually bullshit. I don't know if I have no idea if anyone got any value from this conversation, but you know, I got to get to 100 videos, so here's another one. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.